Never miss another live stream again. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and click see all notifications. What's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? I hope everybody's all well. We're going to get into some fresh flavor tonight. Y'all already know what the motherfucking deal is. It's Winks Wednesday. What's the motherfucking deal, Wink?
Man, what's going on to everybody, Sauce Nation? You know, the Honcho as well, you know. We're going to get into another productive Wink Wednesday, you know, and we're looking forward to this NFL draft come next week.
Already, yes, sir. Shout out to everybody who in the mix. And I don't know, I know some of y'all are Patreon supporters, and I don't know if y'all all got to see the notification. I saw some comments. I know White Persuasion fell through. And like I said, I'm going to keep tweaking it. We're going to get consistent with it. I'm going to try to keep it about 4:30 on those for, you know, we just got to get some type of consistency going, and that'll be a daily thing for the Patreon supporters. And like I say, we'll make that live afterwards, and then we'll always still have our regular sauce. Let's throw some flavor out there for y'all, holding it down like P.O.P. But today we're going to talk about a couple of things, man. So I thank y'all for joining another episode of Sauce Sports. You know, we're going to do this every day. We're going to make it drip. You know what I'm saying? We're going to splash some flavor on H-Town Sports, all sports only Houston, if you're not familiar with Sauce Sports. And every Wednesday, we do Wink Wednesday, so I hope y'all prepare for that. You get off work at 4:30. Okay, okay. So we'll make something shake. Look, so we'll find appropriate time. You say 3:30. Okay, we'll see how that works. Like I say, we're gonna test it out and try to get things in order. So we'll see how that shakes. If you can watch that work, that's a BET.
And what's going on with it, Unique?
Yes, sir. Who all we got in the mix right now? We got Persuade. Well, I'm persuading anybody from earlier. We got Brandon Byron. We get a mix. Voodoo Child, Daniela Messer, Lucas Gomez, Unique Ed Man, Miss Voodoo C, and Voodoo, the original Voodoo
and
Child.
And Ed Man, and I know what Winker means, bro. Why I gotta be the asshole, bro? Like I know
Clutch.
what it means, bro. Like why I gotta be a asshole? Bro? Like I know I can, but why I gotta be it though? Like
you're wanker. That's probably what that motherfucker called us when he got off that PUBG the other day.
Probably so.
You fucking American wankers.
He's wanker.
Yeah.
What they call them, the Yanks.
Clutch gave it, man. I'm waiting on that League of Legends lesson, man. Devontae Love, what's the motherfucking deal? We're going to give y'all a couple minutes to get everybody here. Y'all know
Love, what's going on, big baby?
Y'all know we started this thing off, man, with the motherfucking roll call. And so make sure y'all shout out where you from, man, and we'll show y'all a little bit of love. But as we doing that, we're going to talk about a couple of things. And I hope y'all caught the earlier flavor. You know, but we going, you know, now y'all get to participate more so live. We will have the Rockets pregame at 7:45, so that's why this sauce is a little bit early. I know most people are probably expecting the normal time sauce, so that might be why there's a little mix up. But we had to change things
down already and ain't even talked about nothing yet.
Damn, it's all Gucci. We ain't even tripping. It's motherfuckers guaranteed to hate. You know, if they ain't hating on you, ain't doing shit. So I ain't even tripping. I feel more motivation when I get that thumbs down situation. So we're going to talk about some things, man. We were talking about in the earlier sauce, before Wink jumped in, I talked a little bit about the Astros. And, of course, y'all know I'm not, shout out to South Park. Of course, y'all know I'm not the most adept at talking about baseball. But there are a couple of things I noticed, and White Persuasion was in there, and he was saying, okay, you were usually at work that time anyway. Okay. Like I said, we're going to figure it out, man. What's the best situation, you know, so far for the patron supporters, and like I say, we're gonna work with it. We're gonna find a way to make it all good for y'all, because like I say, it's that's what it's for y'all. I mean, it really is. So I mean, whatever works best, we're gonna come up with a time. But you know, the Astros won last night, 4-1 over the Mariners. Now, I don't know if you would say improved to a record of 11-6, because but they started out with like 8-2, something like that. I think White Persuasion was saying, and the record has been a little sketchy the last few games. Last series wasn't the greatest, and you know, do you guys feel concerned about this as Astros fans? The turtle? What's up with the turtle, man? Was the game on Saturday was sad? You know, I'm just curious if this is concerning to, you know, the lovers of the Stros. Lost 5 of the last 7, and that's a bad look. That's a bad look. But now, you know, Rockets had a little 5-game losing streak spell early in the season, and that's kind of how I feel. I think that things just kind of happen. I think everything will be all right. I think in the long run, again, like I said, I'm not the most adept baseball guy, so I couldn't give you a breakdown, but the feelings, my emotions tell me. My emotions tell me the Astros, we going to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I think so, too.
Okay.
The team's built up way too, you know, it's way too tough, and at the end of the day, it's early in the season. You can't. It ain't about how you start. It's always how you finish. So when we get to the postseason, they'll probably end up being way again. So why should we worry?
Yeah, ain't no worry. No, ain't nothing to worry about. I ain't got no worries. What's the deal, Berkeley Boss? What's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, that's what I say. I think, like you mentioned, young core. I think guys who've been there, they're veterans now because they already got the rings on their finger. That's what it is. See, that's what. Let me see. What happened is I done figured it out just like that. Y'all ain't figured it out yet. They put them rings on their fingers, and it was weighing their hands down. You know, you got to have strong hands so that the weight of that World Series ring. You know, wearing it, you know, the ball is just it got to adjust a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They just around maybe, you know, it added a little bit of muscle to their finger talents a little because now they got a little bit of weight that they walking around with on their hands. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, Devontae, man, look, when you wearing a ring that big with all them diamonds, man, I'm just saying it's gonna do something to you. Maybe their vision isn't the same because when they walk into the park with those rings on. Then the sun hits it, all them diamonds. You know what I'm saying? All them diamonds hit that on the ring. You know, it gets in their vision. That's what's going on. And then, you know, the employees and everybody else, they rocking their rings at the game. And so the sunlight.
And if you know if somebody in Houston made the ring, you know that hope will be heavy.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Yeah, man, so the issue is that the outfield at bats are not producing, especially Jake Marson and Josh Reddick. Springer is hot and cold. Astros really use Kyle Tucker, but I know they want to be patient. Okay. Yes, I know.
And man, I feel just like you. I don't want Brady going to get until we beat his ass. I want to beat the man.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and feel like a boxing champ who's out here fighting for a vacant title and you become a fake champ because you ain't got no resume behind it. Exactly. No, I want to build a legacy, and I want, even if it's on his way out, before he on his way out, because he's still the best fucking quarterback in the league. I'm not going to rest until we beat his ass on this football field, period. And I want it to be handily, and I want him to go ahead and be like, once I leave, this team right here is going to step up in a major direction. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame we couldn't have the teams assembled beforehand to really, you know, beat him. I don't care about competing with the team. I care about beating the team. Competing with the team means absolutely nothing. Unless we utilize our talent and we actually win. So, I mean, I definitely want. I mean, Brady's wife could be holding it back because she tired of this motherfucker. She wanna fuck too. You know what I'm saying? She ready to get her back blown out on a regular. You know what I'm saying? He can't do that in the off season. She just want more babies. You know what I'm saying? She needs her attention. Like, bro, he's a 5-time Super Bowl champion. Nobody else can say that in the league, and nobody, with the exception of Deshaun Watson and maybe a few others, can even be close to what he's done. So I don't even feel why he even needs to compensate, you know, winning another championship when you've been to 8 already. You've won 5. I mean, the odds are pretty much in your favor, and you beat the best quarterbacks and defenses in the league on a consistent basis. So you have nothing else to prove to nobody. I mean,
Spitz, what's the motherfucker?
I don't know, maybe.
What's up, Houston Texans? Man, shout out Sauce Line. The text line is open, and the call line will be open too. I'm gonna stop restricting y'all to. Well, it depends on like round tables and things. But we got a lot of activity going. We're gonna kind of make it to the end of the call, but more so during this thing, we're gonna just kind of keep the line open because, like I said, I haven't been on top of that as much as I should be. So the Sauce line is open. I'll make sure I put the number down here for y'all if y'all want to call or text in. I see Chandler hit us what he said. Shout out to Wink and Honcho getting ready for the Rocks and Astros games, even though they're playing late game. But I got a question for Wink. Is there any chance that Dez Bryant is going to the Texans? I want your opinion on that. Shout out to Chandler.
It's a shout out to you, Chandler. I mean, it's a very good. I mean, the odds are in our favor. I don't know if you see the chart for all the teams that have been in. I mean, it only makes sense. For one, you in Texas, so you're still playing for a Texas team now. Not only that, you go to a team with a legitimate quarterback and defense, which Dez Bryant has never had since his tenure being with the Cowboys. You have the best shot, and you have all the pressure being taken off of you being the number one option, and you get to run rampant and score touchdowns at will when you're in the red zone. It only bodes well for Dez Bryant if he was to come here to the Houston Texans, and he would bounce back and be right back to form. And especially a shout out to Okoye Media for that breakdown that he did for Dez Bryant and Dak Prescott, because he opened my eyes up to a totally different, and all those people, including Shannon Sharp, who I respect, Chris Carter, I respect as well. they didn't know what the hell they were talking about when they were talking about Dez Bryant only running a certain amount of routes. This man was running all kinds of routes, and the balls were being placed in poor positions. His footwork was poor. His wind up was long and just out of breath. Like Dak Prescott is fucking up, and he's gonna set that team back for years to come. And without Ezekiel Elliott, he's nothing anyway, because his success is tied to Ezekiel Elliott, not to any other receiver that he could throw to on the football field. So we're gonna find out this season if Dak Prescott is the dude or not.
No, okay. What's up, Phoenix? Sorry, I'm late. I got some double D's in the column here, Lord. Like, don't let the titty be your downfall. But the question came in and says, who has more swag, Hopkins or Harden? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. In my opinion, more tolerable swag, because both them niggas be dressing a little crazy. I'd have to go with Harden. His, to me, is more acceptable, some of the shit he wears. He didn't got the GQ action, so he's solidified. He trash too. But Hopkins shit, Hopkins be having some shit on that just, like, at least Harden tries to, you know, match and at least put, like, I guess a color scheme together. Hopkins, sometimes the shit that he be doing, that shit just be seeming so outrageous. Some of that shit be looking like robes and nightgowns and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, you know, I don't know yet.
Some shit that women, it's a lot of shit that he wears what I would see a lesbian woman would wear. I'm just gonna be real. Like, he thinks it's fly, and I understand, you know, him being from Clemson and his country and all.
No, country niggas ain't got no style.
You know, they don't have no style, and he's proven it.
Look at B-Mac.
Country boys, they do not have no style.
You know, Harden, old LA nigga. You know, he from that old fashioned district and shit. I'd have to go with Harden. I don't know. Here's my breaker right here, and this is why I say they both got their own unique, interesting styles. I can't say if it's a positive. Y'all gonna have to let me know this. I can't say that I've seen Harden with the man bag yet, with the purse yet. So if as long as I ain't seen him with the purse yet, I'm gonna have to give Harden the benefit of the doubt in that one. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm almost guarantee you he owns one. He just ain't flaunting.
Yeah, he probably do. But if it's like, look, if he got one, as long as he keep it at that, he ain't trying to put it on Front Street, I'm gonna give him the pass. But if you out there really rocking that whole super tough, what they say, if it sit on your shoulder and land on your hip, that's a motherfucking purse. That ain't no man bag.
Yeah,
motherfucker be on some new shit. Okay. You say back in the channel says back in the 2012 NBA season when the Thunder traded James Harden, I think the Thunder gonna regret a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Was it a good trade or a bad trade for the Rockets? It was a great trade. I initially thought that dude Lamb, I thought he was gonna be solid. He still has a career, but he didn't pan out to being what I thought he could be. But for us, it's a win. It was a great trade for us. I mean, look, we talk about a motherfucker's been an MVP conversation. 3 of the last 4 years? Should have won it 3 times by now. Should be going on his 3rd. You talking about a guy best record in the NBA right now. You talking about a guy who's improved his game every year, and then you talking about but that OKC team, man. People don't realize, like, we can talk about the Warriors being stacked and all that shit. You talking about a team that had 3 motherfuckers who have been in MVP conversations pretty much every year. You was talking about Harden, Westbrook, and fucking
LeBron,
the snake, Durant, and then fucking
Kawhi was in there. Kawhi was sprinkled in there too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just the ones that just played on the Thunder, though. Just as far as when they played together with Russell, Durant, and Harden, that was a fucking star team right there. Ibaka, you know what I'm talking about?
You just said, that's profound. What you just said, the fact that OKC is very well over the last. I mean, at least people who played for OKC, P caliber teams over the last few years. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that boy say the Pomeranian bag. Yeah, he got the puppy purse, man.
And just like
Reggie, Reggie Jackson.
Judge, bro, I would delete your number.
Shout out to Eyes Open Positivity Conquer Struggle, man. I appreciate y'all coming in the Kush. You had a good conversation the Kush did last night, man. You was spending some good positivity. I enjoyed that. What if LeBron wins MVP? I'm gonna go to Cleveland and shoot him in his ankle. Be haters. He would light you all up. How? Like, I mean, what you mean? Who he gonna light up with the like Voodoo said? He gonna light us up with his purse. He gonna swing that bag on us. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Hopkins. Love what he do. I love a lot of these. You know, I don't say love, but I appreciate these NFL players and these athletes. I'd be damned. You see Honcho in the streets getting beat up by one of these motherfuckers. It's gonna go down. Look, hey, man, that shit ain't for the shake. And then look after it's over. Yeah, one of y'all favorite players might end up getting whooped, and then I'm gonna get on the motherfucking stream and talk about it. So I wouldn't have to worry about that now. Like I said, we gonna keep that dude as hard. Hard and seeing what the fuck he put down. Then the dog gonna jump out and bite you. That's probably the most dangerous thing that's gonna happen in that situation. Motherfucking me. Like I give Hop his respect, you know what I'm saying? He be dropping his nuts on the field. He don't take no shit. I feel God, boy. I feel God. You know what I'm saying? I give him that. You know what I'm saying?
I think Hop is about that life, and the fact that you know his mama got sprayed with acid and all kind of shit. What they did to him internally into his spirit. Yeah. You can't tell me he ain't endured. He ain't whooped. He ain't dogged some niggas out here. I honestly think not only did D'Angelo Hall was finna get mixed up on the field until his teammates saved him. Mm-hmm. Will suffered moments after that, and he hasn't been the same player since. Oh, no. Matter of fact, I just seen him on NFL Network, and it's so funny that the first person in the first season that Andre Johnson is no longer a Texan, and we see live at 5 Tuesday nights how you get mixed up by a third-year player without a future Hall of Famer anymore, and he does you like that on the stutter step comeback. Is absolutely ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the thing about Hall always running his mouth, because I remember was Andre did it one time. He tried to say Andre wasn't that good, or only reason he got that because we was in his own scheme. He really ain't that. Like he was hating on.
Always complaining.
Yeah, just a hating. I'm glad his ankle got fucked up. Shit, fuck you. Yeah, boy, your first day I'm out here breaking ankles. Hell yeah, spit. But it's all love, man. Like I say, we talking shit. Ain't nobody trying to beat up hard. Not Hopkins or nothing like that. I just, the person's just it's just such. You better have some hands. You walking around dressing like that though, because niggas gonna say some shit. Yeah, you better be about that action.
If you don't have hands and you dress like that, like Cam Newton. Cam Newton is another one. Deshaun Watson ain't far from that.
Yeah, Deshaun, he in the mix. He right there in the mix.
Cannot dress.
He right there in the mix. Oh
man, he can't dress. Oh no. But it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, like I say, it's all love. Look, we love them for what they do on the field, not the shit they be wearing off the field. You know what I'm saying? They got to call up Capella Fashion Police. What did they call him? Capella Fashion Cop or something? They got some Capella they got him doing now where he was talking shit about James Harden on that GQ with that flower shit looking like that presidential picture and shit. But yeah, man, like I said, it's nothing but respect and love for Hopkins and Harden. They just dress crazy. But that was a very interesting question.
You realize he didn't start dressing like that until after he started fucking with Khloe Kardashian. You do realize that, right?
I ain't even really pay attention. That might be what the fuck it is. See, look, y'all better not. If you ever get a chance to get famous enough to fall into some Kardashian ass, don't do it. Just say no. It's like it will ruin your life. You better just might as well smoke some crack. Girl. That's what Odom did. Shit.
Or you just might end up a man mom like Bruce.
Oh. Shit, that boy say a man, mom. Mrs. Doubtfire. Question for Wink. Do you see Brian Gaines signing any more players off the streets before training camp?
What was the question again?
Oh, hold on. I see Unique say PJ Tucker. He dressed me. PJ Tucker's a motherfucking gangster. But question for Wink. Yeah. Do you see Brian Gaines signing any more players off the streets before training camp?
Dez potentially. I can't really say. I mean, if you needed more interior depth, a guy like Joker or somebody like that, the fact that he's not signed is crazy. If he is, I haven't heard any rumors of it. But I don't even really know who's out there enough signed. I mean, it would make sense for them to do it now, especially if they're considering trading fellas next week on Thursday night.
Yeah,
I mean, it would make all the sense in the world to go ahead and go get somebody now at the value that you getting them at, because free agency started a month ago.
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy that some of the, because what is Vaccaro still out there? Reed still out there? Vaccaro got picked up.
I think Vaccaro is.
Okay.
Vaccaro is still out there, and Reed.
Okay, that's why. But yeah, Dez, I'd like the Dez pickup. But what I'm hearing, and what the last thing I heard was, it was like the Eagles, the Ravens, and something else. They said it was down to 3 teams. And the reason why I feel like that, it to me, it's the Texans front office must not be reaching out, because the players obviously are interested. But the way that they've been talking, that's what I want to get into. Let's talk about those interviews and things, and the Texans workouts and stuff. We're gonna get into that. But the way they were talking, it seems like,
I'm gonna tell you a major reason why. I want to spill some 2 cents right before you get into this next part.
Okay.
The reason why Dez won't be signed here is because Jerry is tight with Bob McNair, and because they really have the same kind of psyche. It's just that Jerry actually knows how to suppress his real thoughts that don't come out and spill out into the media, unlike Bob McNair, is the reason why Dez Bryant will not be signed to this team. So that's my take on it. I honestly think all he's going to do, he's not going to talk to any coaches. He's just going to talk to Jerry because they cool like that. They got the same belief system. So why wouldn't he just reach out to him? And if he don't like what he's seeing from afar, that just may be enough that he feels that Dez is going to affect the product when he doesn't have to worry about Dez. He just has to worry about not opening his goddamn mouth anymore, and everything will be just fine.
Okay.
I take
Sauce. Right now, Heidi is actually leading in Sauce. Following closely behind is King 88, and then Duck Scout, not too far behind that. What's up, Titans Up? What's the motherfucking deal, man? So racist folks, yeah. But the thing is, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that is a factor as to why he wouldn't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? He would hate to see Dez come down here and shine.
And no Dez Ed Man wouldn't. Bro, just don't. Just stop.
Here's the thing: if Dez came here on some shenanigans, and we've already talked about it, like we would only entertain a honey badger type contract a year,
exactly.
Or unless you're gonna pull like a super cheap 2-year type deal. You know, I wouldn't put no guarantees in necessarily, and have an option where you can, if he does cause some problems, hey, it make it easy for you to get rid of him. If you come in there and he start causing the issue, start pouting on the sideline because he ain't getting the shine Hopkins eating, and hey man, look, we appreciate you, but we're gonna go ahead and just pink slip, and
you obviously you are like Ed Man. I don't even need you to watch the rest of the stream until you go watch Okoye Media. Go watch the video that Okoye Media did for Dez Bryant and Dak Prescott, and all of them so-called issues that you claim that Dez really did, because Dez ain't do nothing but try to hold his quarterback accountable for his horrible technique, passing skills, and awareness.
Exactly.
Breaking down. You don't have to take my opinion. Just ask Spitz. Just ask anybody else in the damn chat who watched the same video that I did that just came out a week ago, and another video just got re-released, so you can actually see that Dez Bryant can run routes, unlike what Shannon Sharp and Chris Carter were out here trying to say when he was just suffering from horrible quarterback play. And Jerry Jones knew that the season prior when he was the rookie of the year, and that's why he wanted Romo back in the game, because he knew a time was going to come where the deficiencies were going to start showing up, and they came sooner than later. So before you start trying to talk and speculate and saying what Dez Bryant, because Dez Bryant has been no problem, period. The fact that he's a passionate football player is what this team severely lacks, and we need somebody on this team who's going to hold players accountable as well as themselves. So if you don't want that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, yeah, you gotta watch that video, man, because it points out.
Go watch the video. You're gonna see everything, and you're gonna see why Cole Beasley was dropping passes, and you also gonna see why Jason Witten was dropping passes as well. And it just looks that way because Dez was the scapegoat. But like I said, don't take my word for it. Spitz and Honcho saw the video, as well as the rest of the round table, and not just people in the round table. People in the chat actually seen the same video that I'm talking about. I know who was that? Not Houston Homer. I think King 88 seen it. His attitude is contagious in a good way. Okoye Media, AKOYE Media. Go on there now. Matter of fact, because you need to do your due diligence right now, and it's gonna open your eyes of how bad Dak Prescott really is when he had a clean pocket and he was moving out of shit, and he didn't even have to. And his offensive line, he made them look like they regressed. They didn't even really regress. Am I wrong, Honcho?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it did Dak, like, because I never paid that much attention to Dak. And then, I heard everybody talking about Dez fell off and this, and this. So that was really like, for me, it was like I didn't have that bias because, everybody was on that Dez. Oh, he did. I mean, not Dez, on that Dak hype train from his rookie year. I never really paid that much attention to him. But so me actually watching him and seeing it get broke down, I'm like, this motherfucker is awful. Like, he's had all that.
And how many comparisons were there to Deshaun Watson in that video?
Yeah, Watson is better than Dak, hands down. Watson is better. A Dallas Cowboy fan said that Watson is better than Dak, and he compared it from Dak in his second year to Watson as a rookie. So he's like, no, this ain't about learning this shit or not being able to pick this shit up. It's just talking about skill sets that he doesn't fucking lack.
Dak Prescott can't even throw a hitch route. He can't even throw a 5-yard hitch route. He was dropping back like he was supposed to be throwing screens, while all he was supposed to do is take one step, let it fly.
Yeah, but the thing is, y'all talking about attitude.
Break down so much, and it's gonna open your eyes in, man. And I can see you in the next stream. You're gonna thank me for pointing you to that video, and you're gonna be so happy if we get Dez Bryant. That I guarantee.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like Dak is not what it was. I mean, the regression was on him. Y'all saw, like, he didn't have that security blanket in fucking Ezekiel Elliott. And I mean, like, how does everybody decline immediately after Romo leaves? I mean, Romo, as much as we don't like him, I mean, shit, he was a solid quarterback in the regular season. He ain't getting no postseason. Actually, he always kept getting his fucking back broken shit. But we hate him because he was from fucking Dallas. He go out and have them whiff ass games and throw 5 fucking interceptions. But the thing about Romo is that he was a confident quarterback that felt like he could make those, so he took those risks. You know what I mean? And I can't knock him other because Watson does some of the same shit. He gonna take some fucking risks. He gonna make some throws that's gonna kind of make you be like, why?
And just like Okoye said, the plays, even on long balls and shit like this, where Deshaun Watson was throwing the ball, it was still on target. It's just that it was a little bit in front, or the receiver probably couldn't really make the play. Oh, and he's head over heels over Dak Prescott. Watch this film review. Know that I'm not lying. This ain't coming from me. This ain't coming from no Texans fan. This is coming from a fucking Dallas Cowboys fan who knows film. Matter of fact, I'm gonna even go as far. He's on par with Brett Coleman. If you know who that is, then if you know who Brett Coleman is, that does shit for Battle Royale blog, he's on par, if not better than Brett Coleman. The only reason why you're gonna say Brett Coleman is better is because he makes his videos look a little fancy. But if we talking actual breakdown, he's far more in depth than Brett Coleman is. That I can assure you.
And the thing about I say I'd even recommend, because even though being a Dallas fan, he's not biased. You know what I'm saying? He sits there and he breaks down. He's facts. He's like, the facts are in the film. You know what I'm saying? You can sit here and say what you want to say based on your emotions, but the facts are in the film, man.
And I'm talking about film, Ed, man. You talking about media. Fuck the media. I'm watching film. I don't care about media. I don't care about hype. I know those special players when I see them, and that's why I'm right when I can judge a player. I'm not wrong when it talks about players, because players show through their film if you watch it. I don't know if you watch film. I watch film. And Deshaun Watson has shown nothing but promise. It was nothing but he made throws that no rookie should be making. That back shoulder pass that he threw when the tight end and when Ryan Griffin was supposed to run a cornerback because he knew that they were in the cover one and they knew that the safety had outside leverage. He threw a back shoulder play and trusted Ryan Griffin to turn around and catch that ball in the end zone. You do not do that as a rookie quarterback, and Dak Prescott will never do that in his life. I guarantee you this. So until you go watch the video, it's no sense in you even commenting back and forth in the comment section talking about Deshaun Watson or because you ain't done your due diligence. You sit here and you talking about and you waiting for everybody else's analysis when you're not even giving your own. Go look at the tape that I'm talking about and you'll see what everybody else sees. Okay. Next question.
Yeah, and I see you talk about the defense figure out. I don't see that happening because we've already mentioned, like I said, we talking about the interviews and things that were done. Watson even mentioned, he said, okay, it's time they're going to start putting some wrinkles, some new nuances in this offense. He doesn't have to worry about all that rookie integration shit this year. He's a part of the program. He knows what's shaking, and he's already talked to B.O.B. about how they're going to add. It's gonna look a little bit more like some stuff that we expect from Bill O'Brien, but with a twist of what Watson does best. I got a text on the line. As a matter of fact, it was Duxell says, Wink, who is the Texans' must-draft player?
You already know what I'm going to say. Bro, you already know what I'm going to say, though, Scout. You just want to come out and hear me say it again, and I'm going to say it again if he's there. Duke Dawson, hands down. If we talking corner, he has the tenacity. He got the mindset. And in terms of having an extra person in the secondary, absolutely. I would go as far as to say honorable mentions. Definitely, we definitely need Deshaun Elliott, and we definitely need Lorenzo Carter if he falls to us at that spot. His technique can definitely be refined, and he'll definitely be a productive player under Romeo Crennel in this system. Armani Watts too. Armani Watts too. And those type of players can end up falling to the Texans in those third and fourth rounds. So don't be surprised if one of these few players that or potentially all of them, because it's not like they're not listening. So we know they're listening to the sauce. If they not doing their due diligence on these players, they can go ahead and they can look at this video, because shit happens seems to always great shit always seems to happen on Wink Wednesday. Just a couple of weeks ago, the sauce was almost in jeopardy, and look what happens. We get to see some of the best. We get to see how much Sauce Nation loves Honcho, and we get to keep the show around.
Exactly.
Last week was another great show. It just keeps on going and going and going and going, and it's gonna always go on. And we always ended up. He always gives us a great show, and then we end up giving a collective show together on Sundays to give some of the best sports analysis and news in the city. We love y'all. We know y'all love us back, and we're going to continue to make sure that y'all getting the love y'all deserve.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. Like I say, if I haven't explained it recently, y'all got to understand what the sauce is. You know, well, we know Sauce is H-Town thing. It's not necessarily based off the Sauce twins, but, you know, that's you got to give them their due for starting a trend. But the sauce is, think about sauce, man. What is it? It's a collection of ingredients to make a certain flavor that you want to graze something. You may want to put some sauce on. You may want to put your ketchup in some. You mean your fries in some ketchup. That's the type of sauce. You may want to put some sauce on your chicken, some whatever you may want. But it's about flavors. It's about different flavors coming together and making something special. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. It's about y'all, man. It's not like I say you can go anywhere else. Like y'all notice a lot. Like I say, I don't always repost a lot of the same news that everybody reposts, because y'all can get that shit anywhere. A lot of that shit, because people ask me, why don't you don't do this, and why don't you? Because y'all can get that shit anywhere. To me, it's about y'all, because y'all bring perspectives, y'all bring points, y'all bring thoughts, y'all bring ideas that, of course, we're gonna always have our own shit. We're gonna be men of our own accord, and we're gonna think on our own. But you guys sometimes bring up a perspective like, oh shit, you know what, I didn't think about that. Or you can shine light on new things. Sometimes y'all drop some motherfucking things in there that just all about the cane sauce. Yeah, I want some canes right now. But y'all bring perspectives and things. So when this collection of ingredients come together, because think about it, man, there's people who fuck with this shit from all different backgrounds, all different races, colors. They stand for all kind of different shit. But when we come together in the sauce, unless we talking teams, it ain't never no beef. It ain't never no shit. Sometimes people got to go in the garage for saying some off the wall shit, but it ain't never no beef. You know, it ain't never no tripping. And we have a good time, man. Like I say, we enjoy this shit. And hopefully y'all enjoy this as much as we enjoy doing this shit, man, because it goes down, man. And like I say, this is something that we get. I know I get amped up and pumped up to do, man. We talking teams. Don't hit us with the Drake. But like I say, man, good time. So, man, I just say that's what I always tell y'all, man. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we're going to make this shit shake. Trust me, it's plenty more to come. It's going to be a gradual growing process, but trust me, it's plenty more to come. But getting back on that, talking about the interviews and the things, like, did you get a chance to catch some of those?
I watched the one with Deshaun Watson. I watched Andre. I watched DeAndre Hopkins. I watched Honey Badger. I watched Deshaun Watson. I watched all of those today, because I seen the little small clips that they had on NFL Network. So I was like, oh, I know they got to have the full uncut thing on, on what's it called. And you know what? It kind of kills me. Like I was watching J.J. Watson. Like, it's a few times I done heard him on there. He be cussing. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm playing real shitty. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And like, and they ain't blanking none of it out. And they talking about ass and pissed off. And,
what's
he's
up,
starting
Kevin?
to get a little bit more aggressive. I like that. I like because I don't like him to be and had that wholesome American boy. I don't like that. I don't like the, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that type of, I like gritty, grimy, J.J. Watt. I don't want to be that all-American boy image. I don't like that. I don't like this fucking Captain America. And the moment you put sludge on him, he just fades away. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want him to. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing
Oh shit.
that gritty side of J.J. Watt and him just talking reckless. Like that's the J.J. Watt that I always want to keep around. You know, the J.J. Watt that knows he a fucking beast and he making other people around him believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that all American boy. Do you know whatever they say? The boy next door. All
Yeah.
these dumbass sayings. You know.
Brandon say you don't like the Nay JJ.
Nah, man. Yeah. The Nene JJ. Yeah, we need him. You know what I'm saying?
What
We
it?
need the ones. We need the one who he gonna get in the wheelchair. You know, do the South
Yeah.
Side
Yeah.
wheelchair dance, salute at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the JJ we need. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, because I know that JJ. That's the JJ. I ain't feeling love, but in
Yeah.
terms of players, it's just like that's the player I came to know and love, just like the rest of us did, because we booed his. I didn't get to boo him because I
Yeah.
didn't watch the 2011 draft, and it was a revel. I had, and like I put this in the chat earlier, I had a revelation. Do you realize of two of the draft picks that we had that were in the first round over the last 10 years, and they've been some of the most productive players in our on our defense, and they were both defensive players. But like Mario Williams got booed, I booed him,
Yeah.
and and JJ Watt got booed, and it was so funny. JJ Watt talked about that, and that's what made me think about it. And
Yeah.
he's by far the most productive defensive player we've ever had in our history. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see him get to a place, and it's good to see him in a situation where he knows the quarterback is working. He's working alongside the quarterback. I seen pictures of Whitney Merciless and Jadavian Clowney is pulling the rope. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yes,
saying,
everything.
and all of that. And these boys out here working together. Honey Badger hitting them weights and all of this little shit like that. And just seeing Honey Badger storylines on IG
Yeah.
just been good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Along with
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson having fun. He posting shit he eating. He's showing just how he gonna recuperating. He's showing how he recovering. He's showing that he putting his all in here. And I don't even care. Everything that I seen with Deshaun Watson, nothing made me more excited to see Deshaun Watson still have accuracy without even having thrown the football in months. And the fact when I saw him on the NFL Network doing the little draft, I
Yeah.
mean the Super Bowl shit, and him throwing accurately, other than that last little one, and we talked about this on a couple of round tables before, it amazes me the competitiveness that this boy has, and it's just that he's not gonna stop until he get it done. And the only thing that can hold him back is his head coach if he doesn't want to put him in the best decision, which I hope is not a problem going forth into this season. We could have been in a much better positions and gained a lot more respect had we beat specific teams. You beat the right team, it just gives the team confidence, and it also gives the coaches the confidence, and it also gives the GM confidence to go out and get players to add to the equation. Winning solves everything. It takes away from all of the backlash that we've been having over the last few months. And what's going on, Jack Tripper Company?
Yeah.
And
What's up, yeah?
everybody
What's
else
the
who said
motherfucking deal?
anything to me in the last few minutes. I hadn't even been looking at the chat. But that's just the type of mentality that this team has been starving for. And as a football fan, this is what we deserve because we've endured too many hardships and blowouts and ridicule over the team. Like, literally, as a fan, bro, when we lose a game, I can't even, like, I'm done for the week. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even be wanting to, like, I just be tapped out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
just and new prediction. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make my prediction videos and all that once the draft is done. So that video gonna be coming unique. And I don't think you subscribe to me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think you left the building or something like that. So you can definitely come on through and subscribe to me once again if you haven't, or if you didn't unsubscribe, then I made a mistake. But if not, then go ahead and subscribe back again. And and that's what it is. And here's the channel right here. Yeah, you still unsubscribed? Okay, all right. No, I just ain't seen you in a minute, so I thought you unsubscribed. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. She done been ducked off. I think Unique done went find a little booski or something. He don't
Yeah,
want.
I
He don't.
think so. Yeah,
He, he
yeah.
don't want.
Somebody been taking her time.
He don't want her watching the sauce, man. He don't like that.
Yeah. Somebody been getting.
Oh.
She been getting her hands and nails done and shit. You know what I'm saying? Her hair on fleek now.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. You know how they get. You ain't no telling. She probably on the counter on Instagram taking pictures.
got two Instagrams. Got the work Instagram where your coworkers can see. You got the other Instagram where you don't ever show your face.
Yeah.
Let me find out. Let me find out. Unique. But yeah, man. So what we're gonna do here is, even though I got to start a little bit late because we had some technical difficulties earlier. We're gonna cut it short here in just a second, but we're gonna get prepared because at 7:45 we're gonna have the Rockets pregame show. We're gonna talk, playoffs. We're gonna talk Timberwolves, and we're gonna talk about those things. But a couple of things there's a couple other points I did want to get into. We just touch on real quick. Tyrann Matthew Hopkins. We had discussed it in the previous Patreon sauce, but for everybody who was allowed to, everybody can participate in this one. Tyrann Matthew and Hopkins both said some interesting things about Bob McNair. Both addressed Bob McNair as a great man. So in light of all the controversy and all the things that have been going on as of late, and how we fans feel, we see what we see. How do you feel, or why do you feel like, do you feel like they genuinely mean that? Do you feel like it was just a thing to kind of keep the media out of the locker room? I mean, what do you feel like was the purpose, or do you think it was a genuine comment?
As I said in the earlier chat that we did like an hour ago for the Patreon, of course they didn't. They only saying that because they want to go ahead and they want to have the least path of resistance without having to defend another man's comments. Because at the end of the day, the team's not responsible for that. That man is. You know what I'm saying? So they already know what it is. They gonna sit here and they gonna save face and they gonna say all these things. But in a few years, the truth really gonna come out and they gonna let it be known that he was a piece of shit, which he is. I mean, regardless if he's paying you or not, just because he's your boss don't mean he's a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of. I don't think there's no billionaire alive who isn't a gutter snake. Who isn't a snake? It's no. You can't even be a billionaire and be called a nice person. It's no such thing as a nice billionaire. If you really, it takes a lot of aggressiveness. It takes a lot of fucking over. You cannot have that type of level of responsibility financially and not be a psychopath. Like in a sense, like you think Bill Gates, think that if you want to. Because it's easy to be PC, and because they have a marketing team, and trust me, they know how you're supposed to look when you out here because they don't want to affect the product when it's all said and done. So don't think that just because these dudes got money that they're saying. But in terms of the players, man, of course they don't believe that shit. They saying that shit because they tired of talking about it. They tired of being asked about it. Because if you really think that they family members and they friends and they this and they that and the media still talking about it and they ain't even been in the building and they getting asked these questions day one, what makes you think they want to sit here and talk about it? They didn't even want to talk about it when the Seattle game happened. You know what I'm saying? So of course they won't. They're gonna say that he's a nice man. They don't really give a shit about this man. But at the end of the day, they ain't there for him. They there for the team, and that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? So if they got their priorities in order, does Bob McNair do? That's the real question. Does he have his priorities and his product in his proper place? Because it doesn't seem like it to me. Because he's been causing havoc for the fans and the Houston sports media because we giving it more than enough time, and quite frankly, we all tired of talking about him and his comments.
Exactly. All right. Well, shout out to Lagging Norwal, and I definitely agree with Berkeley Boss. You say that you get nice mixed up with diplomatic on the inside. They have to be hard. You just got to play the game sometime, man. And it is what it is. 'Cause, I mean, shit. Yeah, if you sending me some $1 million checks, I act like I like your motherfucking ass too. Shit.
No, Oprah Winfrey. No, regardless of how nice and what she done for her show and all these schools and all these people that have don't think that she ain't. Don't think that behind the scenes you fuck with Oprah, shit gonna happen. Oprah know how to turn it up on your ass. Don't ever think that Oprah Winfrey and all of these men. Hell, even millionaires. We ain't even got to billionaires. Yeah. Like millionaires are the same way. Let alone they know because they knew what it took to be there. Yeah, it's just like James Brown said, you can't make everybody happy and still be on top.
I give millionaires a little less because nowadays a million is not what it used to be. Back in the day, you have to back in the day to get $1 million, you'd have to put in work. Now you see motherfuckers popping up millionaires off Instagram and shit like that.
$1 million stopped being a lot in like 93, 94, somewhere in there. Like being a millionaire is not like $1 million.
Yeah,
Like used to be a lot in
yeah,
the '80s,
yeah.
the '70s. You know, $1 million depending on where you live. If you live in a little rinky-dink town, you know, if you live in Thomasville, Georgia, I can almost guarantee you, you know, you're gonna live even certain parts of Texas. Go to Brownsville with $1 million. I guarantee you. Up El Paso, I guarantee you, you'll live a Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
You'll live a marvelous life. Hell, even in Houston, you can live a
Oh
marvelous
yeah,
life with $1 million.
man.
But
It's funny
hey,
that you said that in the '90s because what it made me think of when you said a million ain't what I mean ain't what it was since the early '90s. Austin Powers, when Dr. Evil came out, I was talking about this shit last night because this is what really made me
yeah,
think about it. When he first came out, and Austin Powers came out in '97, and then he was like, well,
yeah, '97,
he
the
threatened the
first one.
world, and he was like, I want $1 million,
$1 million.
and they just started laughing at his ass, just like, nigga, $1 million, that's it? You just $1 million?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
He
so,
was like, $1 million really is a lot of money today. He was like, why don't you ask for like 100? He was like, really? That's a lot of money. He was like, okay, $1 billion.
yeah, did
Then they did it again in the
yeah.
second one. Then they did it again in the second one, and he was like, man. Then they bust out laughing at him again because they were like, bro, that kind of money don't even. This is the
Yeah.
'60s. That money
Yeah.
don't even exist right now.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, Austin Powers funny as shit, man. So again, like I say, we gonna wrap it up, man. And appreciate y'all, Dripping Flavor. Appreciate everybody who texted in on the sauce line. Like I say, we're gonna take a short break. Y'all make sure y'all slide back through the sauce around 7:45. We'll be talking Rockets. We'll be getting it booted and tooted and all that good shit, man. And you know, getting ready to get the Greg Popovich's wife. What happened? She died for real? What did you talk about? If so, that's fucked up. So it's again the piss scene was you this morning. I mean, if Greg Popovich's wife died, that's very unfortunate. I mean, I don't know if that's serious or it was a joke or some shit or something like that. But if it really did happen, then because I mean I like Pop. Pop's a legit coach. He's an actual legitimate coach. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to some of these posers out here. You know what I'm saying? And they hating on my boy. You motherfuckers giving Phil Jackson all this stuff, but they don't want to give my boy Rudy T. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The love he deserves. Should be a fucking Hall of Famer as a coach. Motherfucker got 2 rings back to back. You know, motherfuckers don't do that every motherfucking day. But,
no,
you know, we just, again, because he's representing Houston, so, you know, they ain't going to talk about that shit. But anyway, it just happened. That's already bad. The Spurs, they playoff hopes done died, and now she done passed. Not to make light of the situation, but,
yeah.
Man, you know, man, my thoughts out with Pop, man. Shout out to Popovich. Fuck the Spurs, but shout out to Popovich for being a stand-up dude, man.
Yeah, Rudy T don't get no love. I don't know why Rudy T ain't celebrated in the city along with sports media. You know what I'm saying? With Houston media or nothing, nobody talks about Rudy T. We done brought up Rudy T a couple of times. You know, over in some of these streams. You know, we done brought this man up. You know what I'm saying? Because he gets no mention of nothing, and why? And like. He doesn't even go down as like one of the greatest coaches. Like nobody talks about Rudy Tomjanovich, and Rudy Tomjanovich was a great coach. Was he an alcoholic and a cocaine coach? What head coach is he?
Hey, well, look at what's his name here. Nobody's hating on fucking Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, they still calling him a great. He all that, and he like to go to Victoria's Secret by himself. So anyway,
and he putting kitchen utensils in his butt on camera.
And on that note, when you're putting kitchen utensils in your butt, that's when the Sauce Sports got to cut. So, man, Sauce Nation, we fuck with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Another solid Wink Wednesday, man. Y'all never underestimate the heart of a champion, right? That's why they should never underestimate the flavor. Don't underestimate the Sauce Nation, Sauce Sports Network. We coming, man. They think we clowning and joking and all that other shit right now. You know, they giggling and hee hee ha ha. But I swear, I go back and I look at shit like this is not a joke. I see shit. I mean, like we had this conversation a week ago. We had this conversation a few days ago. How y'all just not talk about this? Y'all got researchers, y'all got employees who have specific tasks to do this, that, and the third. You're like, and all these other things. Y'all just not coming up with these storylines. Y'all just now doing this, that, and the third. Like I really feel like a lot of these. We're gonna talk about it later on. But anyway, like I say, with that being said, y'all be cool. Like y'all be cool. Sauce Nation, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all.
I do want to say this. I do want to say this to Sauce Nation. Because this draft party is coming up and we got flyers that are going to be coming out, we're going to make sure, and we need y'all help for this because we're trying to reach at least between 1,000 to 2,000 people in the sauce with us next week. during this live drafting process that we're gonna do over from Thursday to what is that, Saturday?
Yeah, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah, we're gonna be
And
live
we
from the
want to
draft.
get, and we're gonna be live from the draft, and we're gonna be doing draft analysis along with live reactions as well as everything else. We need y'all help in making sure that these videos are getting shared on your social networks. So
Absolutely.
make sure that y'all do, and y'all do what y'all can to help us, because for me, I'm giving out moderator duties. I'm giving out moderator duties on my channel, as well as other things. You know what I'm saying? So we need y'all help in spreading the sauce and spreading the love to other people, so that they
Exactly.
can, because other people are tired of hearing especially people in Houston are tired of hearing the national narrative about this team and why we not getting no love. It's Rockets fans, it's Astros fans, it's Texans fans that been looking for a channel just like us. So
Exactly.
so actually, yeah, and I got you, Berkeley. I got you, Berkeley. As long as you got us, we got you. I got you,
Exactly.
no
Like I
problem.
tell you, the sauce is
You'll be
all
the
about
first
y'all, man.
month.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
the sauce
you'll
is
be the
all
first
about
month, no
y'all.
problem. Yeah, it's all about y'all. So at the end of the day, it can only be about y'all if y'all, and y'all can't keep the sauce to y'allself. Expand it, because we need as many flavors as we possibly can.
Exactly, because there's a lot of things going on. Like I said, I don't know how many of y'all actually fuck with channels and do things. I know some people just use YouTube and just watch videos and things, but it's a lot of shit that YouTube does behind the scenes that, it ain't the same as it used to be. They got algorithms and AI learning and it's machine learning. So the machines automatically, or the code automatically fucking, down what it was basically suppresses certain things. And, like I say, shit, it kills me because half the time, like, these videos are monetized. But before I even put anything up, the shit'll be a regular ass title. It could be like Rockets versus Timberwolves tonight. If I put, and the shit automatically is not suitable for most viewers. Like, how? What did I put in the title? I'm talking about sports. How is this not suitable for most viewers? Like, what kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? So, we kind of rely on y'all to push the word, to push the narrative. If you got friends and people like y'all who fuck with the flavor, fuck with the Texans, fuck with the Rockets, okay, if we working on Astros, we're going to get somebody in here to really get some more consistent Astros talk going. But as we expand on things.
Y'all on Battle Red blog, share our videos and stuff like that on Battle Red blog too.
Because I don't really be on there like that. I had a name a long couple of years ago, and I can't even remember what the fuck it was.
If you sign in with your Gmail or something like that, it'll pop up. I don't like Battle Red blog either. Fuck them. I just had to get on somebody else a few days ago. But for anybody who does like the website, and if y'all get any calls on, and if y'all get to call in on Radio 610 or something like that on one of the radio shows, shout out Sauce Nation.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I say, the Sauce Nation, like I say, y'all are the freshest ingredient. We trying to spread this thing. We trying to take this thing citywide, from the north side to the south side, man. But again, with that being said, we're gonna slide up out of here. And you say Baby getting released in August. What you talking about? But with that being said, we will talk about that later. With that being said, we gonna bounce back here in about 15 for the Rockets pregame. I'm chucking up a deuce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Stay saucy. We out.